Altman joins us this morning, Chief Market Strategist at BullseyeOption.com. He's looking at China for a trade. Good morning, Alan. JD.com. Let's get into the action first, come back and talk about the market. What you got here?
Well, again, it's China. We've got multiple positions on in Chinese markets because of risk reward. We did FXI here recently. We did TME. We did WB. We've been talking about BABA, and BABA had a burst. So this still has a great setup. And looking at JD.com, it's about 60% off its 2021 high. So it's got definitely the risk reward. And we've been trading sideways between 35 and 45. So we moved above that 40 midpoint pivot. And a pop usually sends us to the range top of 45, and then a breakout can send it to 55. So there's a lot of technicals here. And more importantly is my money flow indicator. My money flow indicator is strong. There's long leverage positioning in this stock, and it continues at a really strong pace. So the way I'm looking to play, I'm looking at a June option again, deep in the money. That 35 is that lower level. So 35 is trading for about 8. It's $6 in the money. And again, it's just math, probability, and risk reward. That's the game that we play here.
All right. JD giving an entry point today, too, down 2.5%.
Right. A little bit of a pullback. We've seen Asia stall out at these tops, but it's looking like it's going to set itself up again. And again, my money flow indicator is very bullish across the board for a lot of these Chinese stocks. And I like Baidu as well. And we had BABA as the leader, and nobody liked that stock, but it set up exactly like we had, Meta and Amazon and Apple and all the big Google and all the big boys set up for us 2 years ago. The Chinese market has the exact same pattern that we had, and then we saw a market burst for us all the way to new highs.
Okay. Well, the China stock charts look like they are consolidating. Hopefully, if you've got this trade on, for a fresh breakout, a continuation is what we should call it, considering strength in the first month of the year. All right, nice. So JD buying 35 calls, trading 40 right now, looking forward through June to continue its strength. What about the rest of the market, Alan? You've been trading a lot of the China stuff. Is that because we're too choppy here?
Well, this has been a trader's market. This is what we look for. We've recently taken profits in Coca-Cola, which I get a little bit of flack from you because it's not a hero stock. We made, 110% there. We made some money in UNG. We made some money, across the board here in many individual stocks. It's a stock picker's market now, and you've got to take it when you make it. That's the difference. I noticed in your last segment you were talking about NVIDIA not driving the market, but NVIDIA is not the market. In the past, everyone had complained that NVIDIA was the market. Now that it's not, but there's still advantage. There are still ways to take advantage of what's happening here because it's more selective. It's not just a broad market move. So you've got to remember, it's only been 2 weeks since we made an all-time forever top in stocks, both the NASDAQ and the S&P. And what was important about that is it was a key reversal. It made new all-time highs, but a lower weekly close. So what do I look for as a trader? We've seen this time and time again. I'll look to see if we can get above the midpoint of this drop from the top. Okay. And then oftentimes we get up and we fill that in, and then you get a full V recovery, and we continue this stair step higher. So I was looking at my number 6010. Was my number in the E-mini S&P, and we got within, 15 or 20 points this morning.
Okay, that's your midpoint from the high to the low, right?
Right.
61.50-ish
this recent soft. And
at the high.
Right.
58.50.
We're just trading sideways. We're trading sideways between 5,800 and 6,100 in the S&P for now, going on 4 months since the election.
Exactly.
So,
no, bingo. We held the election gap. That's literally the line in the sand we held last week.
And it's frustrating, and people feel that it's selling off, but it's really not. We're just going sideways.
Yeah, true.
So if you sell when it rises and you buy at the lower end of these ranges, that's the profitable way to trade right now.
Well, the intimation there is that you might want to scoop that dip we just had then, because we dipped a little hard, but we're stabilizing. Right. Thanks for the trade, Alan.
Sure thing.
Appreciate it, sir. You the man. All right, nice. Looking for the in-the-money calls on JD. Like the thought there on the range for stocks, S&Ps.